Hello Civilized Sabers fans. Today is an exciting day for me personally because this is the first Penta-Star that I have ever made. I have made a ton of different blades before, the dual star, tri-star, quad-star. I've made a ton of those since I started working here in May. And this is the first Penta-Star that I was able to make. And this Penta-Star is going to our customer, Robbert. So Robbert, thank you so much for ordering this Penta-Star, and I hope you enjoy this blade. But before I get into talking about this blade a little bit more, I am wearing a tri-star sweatshirt. I personally do not have a Penta-Star sweatshirt, but there are Penta-Star sweatshirts available, and a lot of other of these sweatshirts plus t-shirts, which I'll leave a link to in the description so you guys can get some of your own Civilized Sabers merch. There's also some Space Windu merch on there, and Anthony also has like his comic book merch there as well. So I'll leave a link to where you guys can get some of this merch from, and hope you guys enjoy that. Now let me get back into this Penta-Star. So I started working here at Civilized Sabers back in May, and from May to August I made about 23 different blades. All of them were either like tri-star, quad-star, dual star, omega, and I never made a Penta-Star. Anthony has made about 3 Penta-Stars so far, but the first one I got to see was his first Penta-Star V2. He had a V1 laying around, we still have it here, but the V2 is what is available now for you guys, and he originally wanted to make it because how difficult it is to make these blades, and I'm happy that I got to the point where I can make these blades. I want to show you guys that in a little bit of why it is so difficult to make this. But first I'm going to show off the blade just a little bit, and then I'll get into showing that off. So for any newcomers to our channel, the Penta-Star is our flagship blade. This is the brightest blade you can ever get. And it's called a Penta-Star because it has 5 LED strips inside of it, and since there's so many LED strips in there, it just makes this a lot brighter. Let me rephrase that. It doesn't make it a lot brighter, but it reduces the gaps in between each LED strip, so that way it does appear brighter. The LEDs inside are the same as our other LEDs, so they're just as bright as this, but say with like the dual star, there is a gap between the 2 LED strips that we have in there, and the more LEDs we pack inside of the blade, the less gap there is, meaning more light is shining through the blade. And that's what we have here with the Penta-Star. So let me show it off for a little bit, and so you guys can see the effect of the Penta-Star. So here we go. Now this color I have right here has been proven, we've proven this to be the brightest color on anything. All of our blades, they showed up with the highest lux meter number, and that's because we have 2 of the brightest diodes on, which are the blue and green. Green is the most visible color to the human eye, so when you mix that in with blue, it just makes this color seem more brighter. But I'm just going to go through all the different colors just to show off the Penta-Star here. And now let me just show off why these Penta-Stars are so hard to make. So here at the workstation I have 2 Penta-Stars that are waiting to be finished. This is the one that Anthony's working on, and this is the next one I'll be working on right here. And let me just explain why this is so difficult to make. And it's because the more LEDs you put into a blade, the harder it is. So let me explain why. Down here is the PCB that allows the data to go up and turn on all the LED diodes. And you have to put a total of 15 wires onto the PCB. And this is a pain because taking a look at the Penta-Star PCB, let me get this to focus. Each spot that the wires have to connect to are very close to each other, so it's easy to bridge the spots. So if you take a look right down here, there's a ground right here and then a positive right over here. If these two pads are bridged, then the blade is not going to work. So you have to be very careful when we are soldering, especially down here on the PCB, to make sure nothing is bridged, because we don't know if anything is bridged until we start putting on the LEDs. And if the LEDs don't work, which we test the LEDs before we put them on to the blade, but if they don't work once we put it on, then we have to troubleshoot a ton of different options, and that could range from the connections down here not being good, or one of the joints up in the further along in the strip aren't good, or the problem that I stated before, which is usually like the last thing we think of, and that is the PCB being bridged. And then for that we have to kind of go back 5 steps in order to find the problem, then we fix it and then restart everything again. So that's why making this Penta-Star is kind of special to me, because I've gotten to the point where I can confidently take on a harder project and be satisfied with the results, just like the first Penta-Star that I have for Robbert. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit the subscribe button and also force push the like button, so that way more of my videos will be able to go out to a larger audience, we'll get more subscribers, and we'll be able to push out a lot more videos for you guys. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Until next time.